Big win?
You wouldn't say, eh? Yeah. No. Obviously, we knew the significance of the game in the moment, and for our group, it's pretty thrilling just to see where we're at and really how we went about it today. Really proud of the collective effort. Like, we just didn't stop competing and didn't let any moment sort of swing us one way or the other. Truly just stayed true to who we are. It was impressive.
How good, any of you could just describe in any words how good it felt?
This group is really special, and we worked so hard tonight, and I think we got the outcome that we deserve, so it feels good, and we're looking forward to playoffs.
Carla, after the first period, it felt like each team was feeling each other out. What did you tell the players after the first?
I thought the first was a strong start for us, but we obviously recognize our potential. We knew we had more in the tank, and we just made a couple little adjustments, but at the end of the day, we just had to keep going. Every game, every start of the game in this league is going to be back and forth and competitive. That's just because the teams are all so good. But we wanted to make sure we could try to separate ourselves, and found in the second period there we obviously gained some momentum, and we're able to lean into our style, which is sort of that continuous wave after wave of relentlessness. And thought we established that really well in the second, and found our moments in the third.
There was a lot of talk about, another game that was happening almost at the same time, Minnesota-Boston. Was there something that was talked about in the locker room between periods at all?
No, not at all.
Never.
No. We check the score after the game, but that's about it.
You guys have obviously had that short window between, regular ending and then going into overtime. Was there anything said in that brief window before you guys went out there for overtime? Any sense of what the feeling was like amongst the group, knowing you had to get the outcome?
This is a group that just throughout the season just built confidence and really started to really embrace everything who they are as a group and what we are as a team. And the main message I can say from the coaching staff to the players was, let's go win this. Let's go get this done and go at it. And let the players here take it from there. But I think there was an excitement to finish it off the right way and continue our season.
Kateřina, were you aware that was a forward back there on your game-winning goal, or were you just head down, get to the net?
No, I didn't know who was there, but Clarky made a really good play, bouncing the puck, and Ronja jumping the play and having 2-on-1, so that was really important. And when I had the opportunity, I just shot it. Went in.
How did it feel? Obviously, you score the goal, you go in the corner, and you get mauled by your whole team. How did it feel? What did it feel like in those moments?
Yeah, it's really exciting, a little bit relief. That was like, I wanted to skate all the way back to Gwen, but at the same time, like, the whole group was coming, so just really happy for the group, how we did the whole season, not just this game, worked really hard, so really proud of everyone.
Not redemption, but it's been a up and down season for yourself with that injury, so did that add a little extra, and for coach to see that, did that add a little extra goodness?
Well, it's never easy to come back after the injury. Just really happy I can play. Working hard, that's the point, for just focusing on the shit by shit, game by game, and not really looking too ahead, just staying in the moment, and that's, I think, really important.
For you, Carla, just nice to see the team after get rewarded.
Oh, sure. Like it's always been a team effort. So I know from Mrázová too, it's not about that individual moment. It's just the collective feel. But when you see players and they're going through adversity and injury is one of the biggest challenges when you're a player. So when you see players that are able to sort of push through those moments and find themselves back in the game, which is where they're most comfortable, and then they get opportunities like Mrázová did this evening. Your question, but was she just head down and go to the net? She never has her head down. That's what makes her great. So she knew exactly what she was doing. But obviously for us, you always want your players to be healthy and engaged in the game. And at the end of the day, just thrilled that the team's in the spot that it's in now.
Jocelyne,
Obviously, you never want your number one goalie to go down, but I think over the last 3 games, you've had great performances from Gwen. Can you talk a little bit about what her performance down the stretch has really meant for you guys and to make the playoffs?
Yeah, I think Gwen's been great all year for us. I don't think they can put a number cap on how impactful she's been and every opportunity she's been able to take and run with our group. I've said it many times now to the media. It's the collective group of our goaltending world. We got 4 of them working their tails off in different capacities every day. They're well connected with Pierre Gru, our goalie coach. They've got, you know how goalies work. They got their own world happening there. But it's the support from one another, and it doesn't matter who's going. They want each other to be highly, highly successful. And obviously for Gwen here, and you look at her since maybe that international break in February. She's really just found a great routine in her game, and she's just a steady goaltender. And I've said it 1,000 times. I'll say it 1,001 tonight. We're thrilled she's an Ottawa Charge member.
Jocelyne, I'm curious about how last season with the Scepters, it was certain that you guys were going to make the playoffs in the first place, but can you, I know the season was ended, but is there any comparison between that and now where you're in the midst of a playoff race and you know that every day there's meticulous preparation? Is there any comparison between the two?
I think this year we're like the team like Ottawa that I'm on right now, like we're more playoff ready. Because I think last year when you know that you made playoffs and I don't know what, February maybe last year we knew that we were making playoffs. So I think this just prepares the group better, and I feel really confident with this group that we're ready for playoffs because we've been making a really hard playoff push. So I think it just gets you in the right mindset, your habits and your details. So I think it's a blessing to have to fight for a spot, honestly.
Can we expect Emma's
We don't have a timeline yet for her. Obviously, for her, it's just about getting healthy. We're certainly not in any rush to expedite that process. Her career matters most, so we'll make sure she's healthy at the right time. And at this point, we don't have any update.
Jocelyne, I know that you were just asked about the differences, but now that you are in the playoffs and you were there last year, what message are you going to have to this group that's going into the playoffs for the first time?
I think the biggest thing, and we talk a lot about it as a team, is managing the highs and the lows. Because I think last year we didn't manage the lows well with Toronto, so I think that's something that every team, whatever team can manage those highs and lows the best, is probably going to come out with the Walter Cup. So I think that's the biggest thing, is not getting too high, not getting too low, and just focusing shift by shift, game by game.
Carla, do you care where you're going on Wednesday?
No, happy to get on a bus. No, I've never been so joyful bus trip coming up.
Bus trip?
No, you know what, for us, like this league is so tight. Like the fact that today had the variables involved today, that 5 teams could have changed their positioning within the standings is just kudos to the league. Joss talks about it, like the ups and downs. Like all of us, all 6 teams have embraced and been a part of that process of the ups and downs. But it's just, honestly, it's kudos to this league and the players within it that have made it so highly competitive. So it doesn't matter who you play in the playoffs. It doesn't matter what rank you have going into the playoffs. Every team is highly respectful of one another and recognize anyone can have a great day or an off day on any given day. So, for us, we'll just keep our focus on our group and what we know has been serving us well, in particular in the second half, and go out there and give it everything we got.